Okay, welcome in. There's only three games on Sunday, so this video shouldn't take quite as long as yesterday. So the first game took place in Winnipeg as the Jets, who are still undefeated, played host to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So Kevin Hayes would start the scoring in the second period, getting his third goal of the year from a power play marker, a minute and 30 seconds into the second period. Lars Eller would make it 2-0, getting his third goal of the year from Carlson and Cody Glass, 5 minutes and 21 seconds of that same period. Kyle Connor would break the tie. Sorry, would finally get the Jets on the board, I should say, getting his fourth goal of the year from Ehlers and Colin Miller, 12 minutes and 18 seconds of the second frame. Mark Scheifele would tie the game up, getting his fifth goal of the year from Colin Miller and Logan Stanley, and that goal happened 17 minutes and 36 seconds of the second period. Vladislav Namestnikov would break the tie with just 31 seconds to go, getting his second goal of the season, assisted by Nick Ehlers. So heading into the third period, the Jets had a 3-2 lead. In the third, Lars Eller would get his second goal of the game, his fourth of the season, unassisted, a minute and 39 seconds of the third, tying the game up at 3. Adam Lowry, the captain, would break the tie, getting his second goal of the season from Appleton and Josh Morrissey, making it 4-3 in favor of the Jets. Mason Appleton will get his second goal of the season from Pionk, 7 minutes and 41 seconds of the third period, increasing the lead to 5-3. And finally, Nito Niederreiter would increase lead to 6-3 as the Penguins pulled the goalie. Unfortunately, it did not pan out. So for Niederreiter, that'd be his first goal of the year from Morrissey and DeMello. So the Jets are still undefeated, and I will check the standings after I'm done reviewing the other two games. Okay, so the next matchup took place in San Jose as the Sharks played host to the Colorado Avalanche. So Ross Colton would score in the first, getting his fifth goal of the year, a power play marker from McKinnon and Makar, 6 minutes and 23 seconds of the first period. He would strike again, getting his second goal of the game, his sixth of the season from Rantanen and Makar, with 16 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period. So at that point, it was 2-0, obviously, in favor of the Avalanche. William Ekblad would cut the deficit to 2-1, a power play marker, getting his first goal of the year from Granlund and Toffoli. So it's 2-1 in favor of the Avs heading into the second period. So there's no scoring in the second and the third period. Joel Kiviranta would get his first goal of the season from Manson and Ludwig, 9 minutes and 57 seconds of the third. And then with the net pulled, Cale Makar would strike, getting his second goal of the year from McKinnon and Girard. And that goal happened with a minute and 37 seconds to go. So the Avs would they would win 4-1 over the San Jose Sharks. And the last game from Sunday took place in California as we had the Anaheim Ducks playing host to the Los Angeles Kings. And I can't say how much I really love the logos for the Kings. The Ducks logo is great. It goes back to like their 90s look, but there's something with this Kings logo I just like a lot. Low power mode. I'm almost done. Alrighty. So there's no scoring in the first two periods. Adrian Kempe would break the tie in the third, just over 3 minutes into the frame. That'd be his third goal of the year from Kopitar and Mikey Anderson. Alex Lafreniere would get his fourth goal of the season, unassisted, 8 minutes and 58 seconds of the frame. Ryan Strome would finally get the Ducks on the board with a minute and 44 seconds to go, or 34 seconds to go, something like that. For Strome, it'd be his second goal of the season from Terry and Paterno. The Ducks would pull their goalie. Unfortunately, would not pan out as Kevin Fiala would strike, getting the empty net goal. That'd be his fourth of the year from Deneau and Garikov. They had the net pulled again. Mikey Anderson would strike. So they had two empty net goals in a minute and 7 seconds or something like that, or less than 30 seconds. For Mikey Anderson, that would be his second goal of the season, assisted by Turcotte. So the Kings would win 4-1. So we'll take a look at the standings, and we'll do like the wild card. I always like to look at that. So in first place in the Atlantic, up to date, after 7 games played, the Florida Panthers are 4-2-1. They have 9 points on the season. For the Boston Bruins, after 6 games played, they are 3-2-1. They have 7 points. The Tampa Bay Lightning, after 4 games, are 3-1-0. They have 6 points. So those are the top 3 teams in the Atlantic. And the Metropolitan, after 8 games played, the New Jersey Devils are 5-2-1. They have 11 points. The Rangers are 4-0-1. They have 9 points. And the Capitals are in third. After 4 games, they are 3-1-0 for 6 points. The 2 teams in the wild card as we speak are both from Ontario. The Toronto Maple Leafs, after 5 games, are 3-2-0, and the Sens have the same record. They both have 6 points apiece. The Islanders are 2-1-2 after 5 games. The Penguins are 3-4-0 after 7 games. Montreal is 2-3-1. They have 5 points. The Sabres are 2-4-1. They also have 5 points. The Hurricanes are 2-2-0 for 4 points. The Blue Jackets are 2-3-0 for 4 points. The Red Wings have the same record, 2-3-0. They also have 4 points. Philly is 1-3-1. They have 3 points, and that's the bottom team in the East. But still, a long way to go. A lot of these teams still have like 70 plus games, 75 plus games still remaining on the schedule, so no panic just yet. In the Western Conference, the still undefeated Winnipeg Jets, 5-0, the top of their Central Division. The Dallas Stars suffered their first loss. They are 5-1-0. They also have 10 points. The Utah Hockey Club are 4-1-1. They have 9 points. Very surprising, but at the same time, they're a young team. I shouldn't be too surprised of the talent that they have. In the Pacific, Calgary, not Edmonton, is first. They are 4-0-1. They have 9 points on the season. The Kings are 3-1-2 after 6 games played with 8 points. Seattle also has 8 points. They are 4-2-0. The 2 wildcard teams are both in the Central so far. Minnesota Wild 3-0-2 after 5 games for 8 points. And the St. Louis Blues are 4-2-0. They also have 8 points on the season. And then the rest of the teams who are out of the playoff picture, Vegas, they're just a point behind the Blues, not the big deal. Anaheim, again, just a couple points back, not that big of a surprise. But the 3 teams I'm very surprised so far are definitely the Colorado Avalanche, who are 2-4-0 with 4 points. Edmonton has the same record. And Nashville, the biggest surprise of them all, after 5 games, they still haven't gotten a point. They're the only team in the NHL to date that haven't had a point. So they got a lot of catching up to. They're already 8 points out of the playoff spot, and we're only 5 games into the season. This is crazy. I honestly expected Nashville to finish top 3 of that Central Division. Now anything can happen, but will they go on a 16-game winning streak like the Oilers did last season? I highly doubt it, but they better get a few wins under their belt. Otherwise, Fit's going to hit the shan, to say the least. Okay, that's going to take care of my review. Actually, I'll tilt this up so you can actually see the record. There we go. There's Nashville at the bottom half of that Western Conference. But again, a lot of season left to go. No huge panic, but just a really poor start for the Predators and the Oilers and the Avs. But at least both those teams have a point to their name to date. Okay, that's going to take care of the recap. I believe I'm finally caught up. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.